the Justin Baldoni war with Blake Lively, which seems to me, initially I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively, then I've been reading all the messages between them all, and which he's been putting out, obviously, and it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists. Now, spray gunning each other with as much dirt as they can possibly do.
Wrested his movie away from him and decided to try to hurt him with petty, made-up, out-of-context complaints.
It's insane. What are you talking about? She genuinely is not aware of how insane she sounds.
Stylist, I'm the costume designer on Gossip Girl, but anyone who works with me,
I love that.
It's like drinking through a fire hose. You're like, wow, I come in and I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. But it's just because I really I find that fashion is storytelling. It's a way to message so much more than you can with words. Sometimes it's a silent way to message things. So the way that I come into a character is always through the fashion and through the costumes. So
saw in another interview you said that Ryan, actually, your husband Ryan Reynolds, wrote part of that rooftop scene. Is that true?
Yeah, that's, I mean, I would have to compare it to the original one, but that's 99% his. Yeah, he just added, I mean, Chrissy Hall wrote an incredible screenplay. It was, one of the reasons that I wanted to do this film, but also, there are natural tweaks and modifications that come in when the actor is hired and you're trying to infuse your own personality and your own authenticity. And it's like, women are people of multitudes. And, I think that it was important to me that it didn't just feel like someone's interpretation of like female gaze. Like it really was, this is what we like, this is what we listen to, this is what makes us feel these vibes. And we had an incredible music supervisor, Season Kent, and one of our editors, Shane Reed, who, fun fact, he was my editor on Taylor's music video that I directed. And I was obsessed with him. And I was like, this guy is amazing. And he never edited a movie before. He just finished Deadpool and Wolverine, and he came on and helped us with this one. And he has incredible taste in music. And we share the same composer as well from Deadpool and Wolverine. So there's a lot of sharing.
Yeah, I mean, as for the drama between them, like, if what he's alleging is true, she sounds like an absolute nightmare. I mean, I get the impression that it's like a prima donna that's come in, tried to take over and hijack the movie, and when she didn't get her way, she brought her much richer, more successful and powerful husband in to lay down the law. And the result was a disjointed production that had all kinds of problems behind the scenes, and Baldoni, by the sounds of things, got completely shafted in this one. So if all of this is true, he's 100% justified in suing her.
Control, that's selfishness, that's entitlement. This woman is a monster.
I don't understand how they do not understand why we do not like them. Weird. Okay, weird.
Weird.
Look, I went through the 160-page timeline and evidence document that Justin published on his website in detail, as well as what he presented to the court, because it was fascinating.
It was fascinating.
I mean, if even only half of what he's saying is true, Blake Lively is a complete nightmare.
Blake Lively is caught in old footage, revealing that, yes, her secret plan is to always take control of the movies and lie to the directors.
Show up on a set, I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say, but I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do.
You're basically saying you're a liar. You misrepresent who you are. Maybe that has something to do with why you're now being sued for promissory fraud.
Blake Lively may think they have the upper hand. Sources say she has no idea what's coming regarding her battle with Justin Baldoni.
Would dish it all out in public to this extent. I mean, she began with, I think, the New York Times, very well orchestrated, obviously, onslaught against him. And I read all that and thought, wow, poor Blake Lively. I've got to say, I'm not really thinking that now. The more I read about this, the more I think stain on all your gruesome houses. The publicists involved, the actors involved, everybody involved seems to be absolutely horrible.
Because I don't trust you, Blake. I do not Trust.
Picture this. You're relaxing, scrolling through your feed, maybe munching on a snack that's more tasty than healthy. Then, bam, a stunning red carpet shot of Blake Lively pops up. She looks flawless, confident, and flashing that Hollywood perfect smile we all recognize. But here's where things get interesting. Behind that polished image, rumors are swirling, suggesting that Blake isn't just a talented actress and social media favorite. Some believe she's been quietly orchestrating one of Hollywood's most strategic power plays. Could it be true? Has the queen of witty Ryan Reynolds' comebacks and Instagram charm been secretly calling the shots while we've all been watching? Let's break it down and see what's really going on.
Is that she's not interested in being a part of a team. She just wants to own it all. And that's fine. If that is your method of working, then do that. But you have to create your own projects. You have to put yourself in that position that you are in charge, not take it from somebody else.
Piers. Morgan's latest report raises an intriguing question. Was Blake Lively's rise to fame all about talent and charm, or was it a well-planned strategy? Rumors suggest she's played the Hollywood game flawlessly, using the right headlines, influential connections, and elite events to stay on top. Surprised? After all, this is Blake Lively, the effortlessly stylish actress who made knee-high boots a trend on Gossip Girl. But if there's truth to the speculation, there's more to her success than meets the eye. Before she was sharing Instagram jokes and baking up homemade treats, Blake won hearts as Bridget in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Then came Gossip Girl, where she became Serena van der Woodsen, the ultimate it girl, beloved by the media and seemingly untouched by Hollywood. Drama. But was that image completely natural, or was it carefully crafted? Insiders claim Blake knew exactly how to navigate the industry, winning over the right people with charm, sharp instincts, and maybe even a few well-timed homemade desserts. Because really, who can resist a rising star who praises your indie film and hands you a plate of something sweet?
You're a liar. You misrepresent who you are.
So she's a serial fraudster. That's called fraud.
Admitting that you go in there and you're like, yeah, I'd like to be an actor, and then you take over everything.
I don't think she even realizes what she's admitting. Sometimes they'd let me and sometimes they wouldn't. And that then she goes further and says, I would just lie to them in the audition process.
Let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with being charming and strategic. But the real question isn't just about Blake Lively's good manners. It's about how she may have actively shaped her own success. Insiders say she knew exactly who to impress and never missed a press opportunity, turning herself into Hollywood's ultimate golden girl. And let's be honest, that's a skill more powerful than invisibility and way more profitable than web slinging. And of course, we have to talk about Gossip Girl, the show that made headbands a trend and had fans flocking to the Met steps, even though they're ridiculously uncomfortable. While it started as an ensemble cast, some say it gradually became Serena's show, with everyone else just along for the ride. Rumor has it Blake built strong connections with the show's key decision makers, ensuring her character got the biggest love triangles, the juiciest storylines, and most importantly, the best lighting. Because in Hollywood, if you want to stay on top, great lighting isn't just a perk, it's essential.